This is the Southside School of Financial Freedom Market Report and Small Account Update for the week ending March 16th, 2024. The market finished lower this week. The Dow Jones Industrial Average decreased minus 0.49% on Friday and was down minus 0.02% for the week. The S&P 500 decreased minus 0.65% on Friday and was down minus 0.13% for the week. The Nasdaq decreased minus 0.96% on Friday and was down minus 0.7% for the week. Looking at the week, we can see that there were 5 up finishes versus 10 down finishes for the major indexes. On Monday and Wednesday, the Dow Jones Industrial Average finished up, while the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq finished down. On Tuesday, all the major indexes finished up. On Thursday and Friday, all the major indexes finished down. How did you do? My small account finished minus 5.53% lower, but generated cash flow of 2.07%. Even when the market falls and or my account doesn't do well, I still get income or cash flow by selling covered calls and naked puts. This method does not only guarantee cash flow or income, it can also beat the S&P 500. Now, I don't use charts, I don't use fundamental analysis, I don't use indicators or signals, and I definitely don't sit in front of a computer screen all day to watch the market. I simply choose a stock from my watch list to sell covered calls and or naked puts. I do have 5 criteria for choosing stocks to put on my trading watch list. I will not reveal what my criteria are, but if you examine my list, you may be able to figure out the criteria for yourself. The last row is my benchmark row. That is, I measure my performance against gold, silver, and the S&P 500. I choose the stock option based on whether I own the stock and or I would like to own the stock. I choose a strike price, an expiration date, a bid, and I submit a limit order. Then I wait for execution. If the sale does not execute, I may change my order or wait until the next day to submit a new order. Looking at my watch list from the week, the strongest performer on the list was iShares Silver Trust, ticker symbol SLV in the second column. It was up 1.32% on Friday and increased 3.6% for the week. iShares Silver Trust is designed to reflect the performance of silver owned by the fund at any given time, less the fund's expenses. SLV is an indirect way to participate in the price of silver. Looking at a summary of results, you can see that SLV has increased 5.74% year to date. I have generated cash flow from SLV in the past. However, this week I generated cash flow from selling 5 different option contracts, 4 calls and 1 put that ranged from $3.34 to $30.34. So, on Monday, I sold a put for $26.34. On Thursday, I sold a call for $7.34. And on Friday, I sold 3 calls, one for $30.34, one for $17.34, and one for $3.34. That's a total of $84.70, which is not a lot of money, but the account is small. $84.70 in cash flow was 2.07% of my account value. With this system, the money is free and clear. You can take it out of your account and spend it or leave it in to build your cash balance or invest it. If you want to increase the amount of cash flow, just use a larger account. So, for example, to 10x the cash flow to $847, use a larger account, and instead of selling one of everything that I sold, sell 10. This strategy is guaranteed to produce cash flow immediately and every week that it is applied. However, it does not guarantee the amount of cash flow from week to week, nor the value of your account. The amount varies and the account value varies. Despite the variations in amount and value, The goal is to generate cash flow and beat the S&P 500. And that is what I am openly showing you every week as it happens. Note, most professional money managers and their strategies do not consistently beat the S&P 500 every year. They lose, and they usually lose by a lot. Last year, this method beat the S&P 500 by about 12%. But in 2024, my account is down minus 19.04% versus 7.26% up for SPY, which is an S&P 500 ETF. That's a difference of 26.3%. So I am losing to the S&P 500 by over 26% after the first couple of months of the year. It is not unusual to beat the S&P 500 one year and then lose to the index the next year. Will I befall this same fate? It looks like it, because I am trailing SPY by a lot. This week, SPY lost minus 0.37%, while my account lost minus 5.53%. Will I gain on the S&P 500? Tune in next week to find out. Bitcoin watch. Bitcoin gained 1.19% this past week and is in a bull market. It is making new all-time highs. It is up just over 65% year to date. Bitcoin may be the only long-term investment you need. What do you say? What is your strategy? Do you know how to produce cash flow every week and beat the S&P 500? Do you invest in Bitcoin, which may prove to be the smartest investment of the decade? As you develop, analyze, and implement your strategy, please check back to see how my small account performs against the S&P 500 from week to week by liking, sharing, and subscribing. Thank you.